Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Hip Hop Babies.
Yes, sirski.
Yes, sir. Let's get it, man. You know who it is. He's host for the most is Dead Lee. Got my boy Ray with me, as always. And today we got a special guest, got a soon-to-be Bay legend, SkelyBo, here with us.
Yes, sir, man. Soon to be Bay legend. I like that. I like that title, bro. I like that.
Yep.
You believe in me, y'all. You believe in me.
We heard the music, man. We see a trajectory, bro. I'm not glazing, I promise. I'm not glazing.
I met you at Bro's show, Just Honest. I met you at his DAW Wars show. Shout out to him. And he had a bunch of artists there, and you were one of them. And not only that, you performed and you were showing some of your music. And I was like, we for sure need to get him on here eventually. And it worked out, right? We got you on here. Some of the stuff you were bringing to the table, I was like, well, I think this is an artist we should chop it up with.
Bro.
Shout out to you.
Thank you, River. Thank you. I mean, back in the day, maybe like 2 years ago, maybe three, I think I first met Honest, bro. It was this open mic for BRL, Beats Times in Life. It's also dope for young artists in the Bay Area. It's like a place to learn, place to get you paid, but a place that like sharpens your skills, bro. I realized music is really like a craft, bro, in itself, bro. So the more you work at it, bro, it's like the better you get, and the more you set it down, the harder it is to go back into it. But once you consistently doing it, you're fucking like, oh, I'm in the zone, bro. It's easier for me to get there. Honest, I was just thinking about this yesterday, bro. Like, his stage presence is it, bro. I'm never gonna forget this shit, bro. I came to his open mic, bro. He fucking got on stage, bro. He looked in every artist. Like, he started rapping. No. And he's looking dead in my eyes, like, in front of me, looking in my eyes. Damn, bro. Like, I'm feeling everything he's saying on an extra level because he's looking straight in my eyes, bro. I feel like I came a long way from where I was then to where I am now, where I'm going. It's like, it's crazy to see the growth you can make doing something just for 1 year, 2 years, bro. Like,
It's wild, man, because it's like, we getting on the train right now, and it's like it feels like it's still so early on. There's still so much room that you can move. You got some humble beginnings, man. You mind telling us just the city you from?
hell yeah, bro. I'm from Oakland, California, bro. Born and raised, man. Piedmont. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm just like, it was really me and my mom for really most of my life, bro. My mom really raised me, and we moved around a lot, like getting different apartments and stuff, and renting different houses and stuff. And the one thing I remember about being young, bro, and renting apartments was like I could never move around a lot. One thing I always wanted, bro, when I was younger, because I loved animals, bro. I was an animal lover long before I was like a music lover. I love music too, but my first love is always animals, bro. And I always wanted like a dog or a pet or a cat, or I always wanted to play and run around the house and run outside. But like, if you live in an apartment, bro, like you got people directly under you, bro, and motherfuckers with kids above them always complaining. Motherfuckers will knock on our door. Yo, your son's running around. My whole house is shaking. The paintings falling off the walls. All this extra shit.
Dramatic.
Yeah, all dramatic ass shit, bro. My mom bought a house, bro, actually in 2021, February 2021, bro. And I always was like, bro, I'm gonna buy your house one day, mom. But she did it herself, bro. She didn't need me. So I'm proud of her, bro. That's one thing about my mom, bro. Very powerful and like independent, hardworking woman, bro. So she got a house, so really she inspired me.
That's beautiful.
That's
bro.
real.
At first, I was homeschooled in West Oakland, bro. I also feel like that's part of my uniqueness, bro, because I went to different schools. Like, I was homeschooled. I went to really a African-centered homeschool that taught, like, the uniqueness of Black, bro, and having African roots, bro. My teacher was the eye, so I want to give her respect because she was teaching me how to read, bro, at, like, 2 years old, bro. I was reading, bro. And, like, I think that's also where my writing and reading storytelling comes from, is because I knew how to do it at such a young age. I was able to hone the skill so young, bro. And it wasn't a normal school, bro. I'm telling you, like, every Christmas, every year, we were fucking watching Roots, bro. We weren't watching regular shit, like school shit. We were watching Roots, bro, because, like, she was like, I'm going to teach you everything about who you are and where you come from. Not just these last 200 years of history of, oh, you started here as a slave. Like, nah, bro, there's so much deeper that we come from. So I definitely had I think, a different upbringing than most. That's all evident in who I am today.
Oakland's a dope place, bro. That's crazy, bro.
But
That's crazy.
dopest, bro. Dopest, bro.
It's so much culture in Oakland. And that's one thing that I like to, tell people, because a lot of people try to paint Oakland as a way like, oh, it's, especially nowadays, it's not good. It's not, I mean, of course, you got to know where you're going. You got to know what you're doing. But Oakland is just such a different environment. You know, when you really feel safe, when you really feel comfortable out there, it's nothing like Oakland. You know, it's nothing like the Bay, and especially like when you get into certain places like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it allows you to express yourself, and even though sometimes it can feel like, oh, you know, I gotta look over my shoulder, it's like, man, you know, I'm still able to display what I feel like is a part of my culture or what is part of my identity, you know?
Yeah, bro. And Oakland hella gentrified now, bro. Like, yeah,
Now.
I mean, like, bro, like, Oakland's hella gentrified now, bro. Like, the worst parts about Oakland for me, though, is just really, Oakland is beautiful, bro. Oakland is one of
Mm-hmm.
the most beautiful places ever, bro. Like, I come home and I see everything around me, and I'm like, okay, it's just like, it feels amazing, bro. Got the mountains right here, you got the water right here, you got the beautiful parts of Oakland. You got the lake, but like seeing like the homeless, bro, and seeing like the poverty and like seeing like the filth. Really, that's the worst part of it for me, bro. Like seeing like hella trash built up and just whole streets filled with trash. We need to be doing better as a community of people because like this is not a way of living, bro. We should live clean. We could take care of our health, bro, because that's hygienic and that's spiritually important, bro. Like money isn't the most important thing, but you could still present yourself with class, bro, because
Yeah.
you're not gonna walk through Hayward and see that. You feel me? You're not gonna walk through Alameda and ever see that, bro.
You spoke on it a little bit, man. It's a community divided, bro. You talking about it being gentrified, bro. It's like it's people that don't even know the area, don't even know anybody around, just
Don't
moving
really
in there,
care.
don't give a fuck about nothing, and they see the same thing that you see, and they like, well, that's somebody else's problem. You know what I'm saying? But you being a native, and it's like it's hard, you know, to see the place you love looking like that. It's like it's hard to get everybody on the same page, especially when we got. I mean, I'm in Seattle right now. Seattle's going through a massive gentrification process as well. It's like people that I meet up here, it's either they have no clue what the fuck's going on, or they're like, bro, this place is nothing like I remember growing up. It's terrible, bro. It's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Also going through a lot of homelessness and drug use, bro. Up there. Also, Seattle's also fucking beautiful, bro. Like my uncle passed away last year, bro, Novemberish, Septemberish, and we went up there
Sorry
to
to hear that.
Seattle.
Not
Yeah, bro.
sorry to hear that though, man.
Thank you, bro. Actually, it's kind of weird because it was an uncle that I never met him, bro. I never met him, but this was my mother isn't from here, bro. She was born in Eritrea in East Africa. It's right
For
next to
real?
Ethiopia.
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. So that's what I'm saying. Like I was raised a little bit different, bro. Like I was raised a little different. And my dad is really he's black. He's from here, born in San Francisco, but he's Rasta and a martial artist and a car genius. Like all different type of weird shit that came together to make me who I am, bro. It's definitely hard seeing the condition, bro. The condition that Seattle was in, and then also kind of the condition that my uncle kind of was in. Seattle is also fucking beautiful as shit,
I,
bro.
I was gonna
Fucking
say,
Yeah.
bro, it's like you said, bro, it's beautiful. There's beautiful parts of it. It's worth being there. You know, even with the stuff that's going on, it's worth being here. It's worth making some kind of fight about it, you know, to make it better. It needs to be better. We need to be better. Like, how do we bridge those communities? Is like really the thing that I struggle with, that people around me struggle with. Is like
Mm-hmm.
we don't like each other.
I feel like, bro, when I think about revolution, bro, it starts small, bro. It starts with your neighbor. It starts with your family. It starts with the person next door to you, bro. Building the connection with them. And then that person next door builds a connection, and I feel like it becomes a thing like this, bro. Where it's like, okay, let's do a community garden. Let's have a community cleanup day. Because if you think in the same way, oh, you don't want the neighborhood to look like this, I don't want it to look like this. Okay, bro, let's have a community day. Everybody come out and do this, bro. And then communities work with other communities. It just, I met a dude yesterday or the other day, bro, and he was telling me, bro, like, it doesn't matter how big or small something is, bro, as long as it's scalable. You feel me? So you could start small and it could become a global thing, bro, because it's a scalable. The idea and the product and the fucking energy behind it is real.
Back to some music, I wanted to ask you some of your thoughts on regional sound. Just like some people that you listen to growing up, you know, whether they're from the Bay or not. Who are some of those people that you grew up listening to that kind of started making that love for music for you, bro?
Well, starting, bro, me and my mom, we have VHS on DVD every probably Sunday or every time we listen to music, bro, we were putting in Michael Jackson's best live performances, bro, like
Mm.
his Thriller, the music video, where we were putting his fucking performances where he's fucking doing this. All the girls start fainting and shit. Everybody starts fainting and fucking
He's just standing there
screaming.
for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and people are getting carried off.
Going crazy.
Yeah, bro. Also, we were watching that and like Bob Marley, Three Little Birds, and like his music was my like that was like the music I like when I was a baby to like when I was 6, 7. I'm like, bro, listen, I love Bob Marley, I love Michael Jackson, those my favorite artists. I'm listening to them every day. But then when I started getting into hip hop, I found it by myself, bro. Like I found out about hip hop and rap by myself, and I really started with like pop music, bro. 94.9. If you're from the Bay, you know, bro. On the way to school, I'm asking, I'm playing 94.9. Iggy Azalea, Nicki Minaj, Taylor Swift. Like I'm listening to pop music. You feel me? Fucking Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. I'm thinking that shit's the hardest shit ever, bro. Like watching their music videos, they're shop and shit. Like I'm
Thrift
thinking
I
this is
li-
shop,
real
I
bro.
live
That's
instrumental.
next to that
crazy.
thrift shop, bro. That thrift shop's like down the road from me, bro. Like he really did that, bro.
For real?
Yeah, it's like two,
That's
3
fire, bro.
blocks, bro. So I go over there
He's from
sometimes.
Seattle?
Yeah, he's Seattle,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. Okay. Nah, that shit was amazing, bro. That music video too, but it's amazing, bro. There's another one where he's like carrying a flag over a pipe. Hella weird shit, bro. But I was always into stuff like that, bro. And then as I got older, bro, like I discovered hip hop more. I liked Eminem first a lot. Like I would listen to I'm Not Afraid. I think that's why I be fucking with visuals, bro, because I watch music videos a lot, bro. Like I'm Not Afraid, where he has superpowers and he's flying and
Crazy video.
punching shit. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I was a kid watching that. I'm like, bro, I'm not. I was like that kid in the fucking airport, bro, who was singing that shit. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, bro? Then I got older, and then on my next stage, these are kind of like stages of music for me. Then my next stage was like, I think when I was a first fan of like rap for real. Like these are the rappers that I like, and it was fucking J. Cole. This is like sixth grade me. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, King Kunta, you feel me? Drake, bro. The three greats, bro. The three greats. But it was really J. Cole was at the top for me because I felt like he told stories, I feel like, that related to me the most. Like he tells stories about like going through depression and not like depression, but like kind of like feeling inadequate in ways, I think. And he had this one song I think called "Oh Through Adolescence," I believe.
Whew.
And he was talking about like
Banger.
going through life, having a girl not like him as much as he liked her because he felt like he wasn't a star player and he was just like a normal dude. And like I was going through that shit in sixth grade. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
feeling that way about myself. So like the way he vocalizes music and get off my dick with the African drums, GOMD, like all different type of shit. I'm like, boy, this nigga, he raw, bro. Like, and I will go through,
Different.
bro.
He
I will
different.
go through school singing to the window, to the
To the
wall,
wall.
bro.
Yeah.
And teachers
Crazy.
would get mad at me, like, why are you singing that? It's an inappropriate song. But they don't even know I'm not singing that version of the song. I'm singing J. Cole, bro.
J. Cole.
I feel like J. Cole, like, especially like when I was a teenager, hit the hardest out of all three of them. And then
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
as I get older, I feel like a lot of the stuff that Kendrick be talking about, bro,
so he
like
does.
hits later in life, bro. It's like I listened to a song back and I was like, I listened to this shit in sixth grade. I was not feeling this in sixth grade, but
Mhm.
now, like being like 20
Yeah.
something, I'm like, bro, like he was spitting, and J. Cole still, like, I'm still finding stuff from J. Cole that I'm like, I go back, I'm like, he was saying something different. Now Drake, yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't feeling none of that stuff,
Are you for
but no, I'm
Are you
kidding,
for
I'm
real,
kidding.
bro? Is
No,
it
I'm
because
kidding.
of
I'm
recent
kidding,
or
bro.
just never did?
SkelyBo? He has not been feeling Drake. Last
Really?
few albums I was trying to kind of review, he was like, hell, like, and then this came out, and then he kind of was like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I get it though. I was seen as a
Is it
Drake hater in the
Stacy?
past.
Is it
I was seen as a
Bessie?
Drake hater in the
We
past
love that
because
song, bro.
he got some
Bro.
bangers though. He got
Nah,
some
bro.
bangers,
Drake is amazing, bro. Like
and
Drake
he
is
mixes
really,
the genres so well. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. But like niggas, culturally, I understand why niggas don't fuck with Drake. And but I wouldn't even say like Drake isn't like a cultural icon. I mean, to me, he's more of like a bro. He's gonna make great music though. Drake's gonna make great fucking music, bro. So I
I
don't think
think
nobody could take that away.
I think that that's a completely fair take, and I like a lot of Drake songs. Like, there's nothing wrong with a ton of Drake songs. It's just like the way that he's been framed. Like you said, like the three greatest, right? He gets framed that way as being like better, and it's kind of pits people against each other. It's not even really about the artist. It's about people who argue with me about being like, oh, Drake is this, da 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 da, and like that is completely dead in the water at this point. So I'm glad I don't have to talk to anybody about Drake being the greatest rapper of all time. But like, as somebody who grew up in like a hip
The
hop
greatest rapper is
environment,
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
somebody who grew
that's
up in
what
a
I'm
hip
saying.
hop
People be taking
environment,
it too far.
same thing with J. Cole. Is like J. Cole had to finally take that step back and be like, I apologize for coming at the king. I realize who the king is. It's like Y'all,
He did not
You
say that,
hella
bro. He did
stupid.
not say that shit, bro.
Hey,
He did
no.
not say that,
Hey,
bro.
one thing about Deli, he gonna
I
throw it to you like
apologize for
that.
coming at the king, bro.
He
I
hella
mean, I'm
funny.
paraphrasing, bro, but watch the video back, bro.
Watch the video back. It's crazy.
Paraphrasing.
Getting back to what you were talking about, J. Cole, I do think, especially at the time, he was really vulnerable. And that's one thing we were talking about with your music. Deadly and I, we were noticing that you're really able to wear your emotions on your sleeve. You're able to talk about things that happened or that are happening at the time, or, just certain situations. It might not be something that you're necessarily going through, but it's something that you're able to put into words that could maybe help or reach out to other people that are feeling those emotions. And I think that is one thing that stood out to me when I was listening to your music. Because I went back. I listened to Before the After Party, right? And I noticed you had features on there. It was your first project, at least on streaming. I went back and listened to your SoundCloud stuff as well a little bit.
Hey,
And
that we're doing his research. Okay.
no, of course.
Okay.
And I did notice that even on there, you did show your versatility on Before the After Party. And it did show your raw talent, but I feel like as you keep going, you're more moving in a way that I feel like fits with your sound. And you're really just focusing on being the artist you want to be and working with yourself. I mean, besides the single period where you were grinding and dropping singles and you had features sometimes, you're really dropping music on your albums that are really focusing on what you have to say. Like, what is going on that made that switch happen that was like, yo, this is what I'm going for now?
My next stage of music,
Mm-hmm.
personally, as a fan, was NBA YoungBoy and Quando Rondo, bro. For one, it mixed like kind of the sing in and melodies in a way
Mm-hmm.
that Drake is fucking more like real into it, but they mix it in like into it like this. Where Drake is kind of like a little bit one or the other, but they like did like this
I
in
Yeah.
one
agree.
song. And one thing about them is it made me feel like it was okay to like be struggling and going through shit and talk about it out. Like whatever you're going through and feeling like you don't have where you come from wasn't the best place, or you don't have anything, or whatever you're going through, like you could put it in the music, bro. And I think I just started to radiate towards that and started to really respect that. And that's when I feel like a lot of my music, one, is minor key, bro. It's a lot of minor key music, bro. So it's I feel like 70% like emotional shit, emotional music,
Mm-hmm.
and like 30% like turn up, fun. You know what I'm saying? And that's because like I feel like that's what kind of first comes to me is like, damn, like I'm going through some shit. Like I want to vocalize the shit that's going on in my mind and my head, bro. And to be honest, I realized aside from just even recording, bro, like a lot of people don't see what you see or hear what you see or understand what you're trying to do. And I'm not even the best at vocalizing it. Like if what sound do you want or what are you going for? Like I can't vocalize it. I know what it is. You feel me? I just spent a lot of time not waiting for people, bro. Like not waiting for nobody like to do nothing for me. That's why I kind of learned how to do everything on my own with the help of people, of course. But like now it's to the point where it's like, all right, bro, like I'm gonna be in here and I'm gonna do it, bro. Like it got me to a point where it's like I have so much music now. I'm going through these things and this is a chapter of my life. Let me condense this chapter right here
Mm-hmm.
and share it and give it to y'all. The features and like the collaborations are coming. Like they're coming soon. But I don't want it to just be like I'm getting you on here and I'm not really even a fan of your music, or I'm getting you on here. I want to get you on here because like you have your voice or your instrument or your mind is going to bring a different level to the story and bring a different character into the story that's going to expand it that much more.
It's very intentional, like that you don't put people on there just for the sake of putting people on there, just for like metrics or whatever. And I think that that's something that really spoke to us when we were listening to the music is the fact that it is you trying to put just yourself first and foremost, trying to put your perspective. I think when an artist prioritizes their self, their vision, is when they're at their strongest.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you can have people help you along the way and teach you a couple things. But when you going up and getting it on your own, bro, we noticed, like you were saying, like it felt like you flipped a switch and you kind of just started doing your own thing.
And one thing I wanted to note is that, like I said, I went back and listened to your stuff, but I do notice that you take a gap, especially when dropping big projects, because you do, like I said, you went through your single grind where you're dropping singles, working with people or working with yourself. And then, you dropped Half Moon. which I thought was a dope project, but you took a 3-year gap. At least on, like I said, streaming services, you were really just dropping stuff to test the waters or, see what's up. Maybe just dropping stuff because you felt like you wanted to drop stuff, right? And then you really was like, well, this is a project that I want to put my name on and put everything together. We
The 3-year
did.
gap. Damn.
Yeah, it was a
That
gap.
sounds crazy, bro.
Did notice you take time at least before dropping projects. Is that something
Yeah,
that's going
for
to
sure.
change now? Are you going to just start dropping more rapidly?
I think my projects are always gonna have a little time in between them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm feeling the space now better. Like I got music videos dropping, and I got visuals, and I'm doing shows, and I'm doing like this vlogging series too,
Mm-hmm.
called Just Press Record. I think projects should always like albums, should always have some space in between them, EPs. But at the same time, like I do have a lot of music that I want to show you guys. So I would say there's not gonna be no more 3-year gaps for sure. So I'll say that, man.
As you're working, and you talked about this, we're going to go into RUA, reality of an underground artist. Sometimes it takes time. Going with what works, because a lot of times you got to work with what's given, and you got to work with, what's in front of you. Because I want to go into RUA. I want to go into reality of underground artists. Like,
Ooh, a nigga. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, RUA, pretty much. How do you get into the state where you're able to not only lyrically, put that out there the way you did, but visually bring that out? Because I feel like with the visuals as well, it was almost like you were like trying to paint in a way that you kind of talked about your background. You know how to write. How did that all come about? Putting that video together in that vibe.
Is it okay if I tell you guys a story?
Yeah, of course.
See, high school is when I dropped the project. Senior year was when I dropped the project before the after party.
Mm-hmm.
And high school was kind of a process for me because I've always been a smart kid, bro. Like street smart, yes, but also like educationally smart. You feel me? I would do good, be on honor roll, but I'm also like not a rule following ass nigga. I don't know how else to explain it, bro. So just because you're telling me like I need to be doing something, oftentimes it makes me want to do it less, bro.
Yes,
And
sir.
on top of that, like if I don't feel like a connection to it and a purpose, bro, I'm not like, what am I doing this for? You know what I'm saying? A big thing I was going through in high school was like my struggle of like, okay, do I pursue music for real, 100%, and do the things I want to do, or do I kind of go this educational route, go get my 4-year degree while also pursuing music and balance both those and spend all this money on schooling and getting a major and doing all this extra shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a big back and forth, bro. It was a big back and forth. That's where the song Surviving came from. But through all this time, months of kind of like going back and forth, finally I decided like I'm gonna go to a school in a city where I can fucking really pursue music heavy, where I can do the artist shit as well, but I'm also gonna go to school.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up choosing school in New Orleans.
Wow, big change.
And you have to understand, like my mind is like, I'm like, okay, bro, let's do it. Let's do it. Like I'm gonna leave the opportunities I have here and go build my network out there. And it's gonna work out because New Orleans has hella music. I can do the jazz shit. I can fucking be in bars, nightclubs, fucking smooth talking blues. I don't know what I was gonna do. I was gonna do something. You feel me?
Yeah, we always figured it out, right?
Yeah, bro. And I get down there, bro. With my mom, like I never visited the school, but I get down there 4 days before school starts. I was supposed to be moving into my dorm, hella shit, bro. Basically, it boils down to my mom got such a negative feeling in her stomach, in her mind, about the environment of the school, almost like an out of body feeling of like this is something's very wrong. Something's wrong is gonna happen here to my
Mm-hmm.
son. To the point where we're laying in the hotel room. I'm supposed to move into the dorm the next day, and she's like, "I don't want you to go here. You're not gonna go to school out here."
Mm.
And that shit, like, I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, you're not gonna come out here. You're not gonna go out here." It's like, what? Like, after everything that you basically put me through to convince me to go to college, decide to do it, after me fucking finally making the decision now at this last moment, my world is flipping on itself. And I felt like I didn't really argue. I just like accepted it kind of like I was like, this is crazy, but like, what do I do now, you know? And I came
Mm-hmm.
back home and I was like extremely lost, bro. Like extremely like I felt like I had an empty map, bro, with no destinations on it. And I saw all my friends going to college and having fun and going to HBCUs and turning up. And like, I felt so alone, bro. I felt like so alone that I wanted to like, I kind of like excluded myself from everybody around me and like isolated myself after like a couple months of that. and slowly getting back to my family, I decided to take a trip to Maryland. We took a road trip all the way across the state.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my first nights in Maryland, bro, my cousin was rebuilding his house. Basically like a trap, bro. The basement is fucking like destroyed, like all destroyed. And I brought my music equipment, and that's where I recorded Reality of Underground Artists, bro, in that basement by myself. Just with random equipment, bro. And yeah, that song, like, it was, I don't know, bro. It was just like a story, bro. My whatever I was going through had to come out. And I came back home and my friends were like, bro, like this is hard, bro. This is one of your best songs, bro. And to me, like it was just a song I made. And they were like, one performance, bro. It was like a hip hop competition. And they were like, bro, you need to perform Rua. My first time performing this song, bro. You need to perform Reality of Underground Artists. And I'm like, all right, bro, I guess. Like, okay. I do it, bro. I perform the audio underground artist in the song fucking at the end, they're like, the winner of the competition, SkelyBo. You're going on a trip to
Hey.
DC. Just random shit starts happening, bro. You're going on a trip to DC. Like,
Yeah.
what? And I go to DC and hey, bro, you're gonna be part of our hip hop competition. Since you won the hip hop competition, you're gonna be a part of our hip hop competition in DC. I get to DC, bro. Everybody else there is it's a poetry festival, bro. And I'm gonna circle this all together, bro. It's a poetry festival.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody there is like together. And it's like another point where I'm like, I feel alienated. Like I feel like I'm not really friends with anybody here. I don't know anybody here. I'm kind of just by myself. But I came here for a reason, and it's to perform. So I'm starting to talk to people about how to perform, and they're like, "Hey, bro, like something I lost in translation, but we don't really have any time for you." I'm like, "What? Like, what? Y'all flew me all the way out here, bro. What are you talking about? You don't have time for me? Well, why am I out here then?" And they're like, "Yeah, bro. Actually, we can fit you in." I had to ask for the spot. Then the night of the performance comes. It's like a kind of a hip hop thing in this whole poetry festival, and they're like, "Hey, bro, I'm sorry, bro. Can you go right here? Actually, can you go right here after me? Can you go do this?" And then when it's my turn, they're like, "Hey, bro, I'm sorry, bro. Like, we don't have any time left, bro. I'm sorry, bro." So I'm sitting in my hotel room all the way across the country once again, back to where the song originated from, bro, in DC. I'm like, what
Mm-hmm.
am I doing? Like, what am I doing here? Like, am I really gonna fly back home? Fucking have like nothing, like just came out here to fucking do nothing? Like, what the fuck? They pay for me to get out here, so I'm like, nah, bro, I can't let these people play with me, bro. So I keep asking people. I keep asking people. I'm like, bro, like, is there a place I could perform? Is there like, I know y'all have this coming up, this coming up, this coming up, and everybody's like, hey, bro, I'm gonna see what I can do, bro. I believe in you, bro. I tell them my story. They're like, bro, like, I believe in you, bro. Like, I want to do this for you. Ask them again, hey, bro. There's nothing I could do. And it came to a point where it's like, bro, like, no one's gonna do anything for me, bro. And the last final performance, bro, the biggest performance of the event, they're like, hey, all artists, all performing artists, bro, get on the bus and get ready to go, bro. And I wasn't on the list. I wasn't on nobody told me I was performing, bro. But I'm like, bro, I'm performing, bro. I got on the bus. We drove to the fucking Howard Theater, a
Mm-hmm.
very famous theater. And they're like, hey, bro, are you performing? I'm like, yeah, bro, I am performing. Where's my time slot? They're like, okay, we can put you right here. We're going to do this right here. Get right here. And I opened up the show, bro, in front of hundreds of people and did, once again, Reality of Underground Artists, bro. And like, all that fucking grind and grit of like nobody believing in you, all these fucking the mannequins in the video, bro, with the masks on. It's people
Yes.
that are not gonna fucking they're not gonna believe in you, bro. They're gonna fucking pull you down and they're gonna like fake way believe in you, bro. Fake way support you, bro. But at the end of the day, bro, you're the person unmasked. You know exactly what you're doing. You're the underground artist, bro. So you gotta dig and fucking do hell shit to get above ground, bro. So that was like the whole purpose of that. And that was the
Mm.
whole vision of that is like realizing that like bro like no one's gonna do for you because no one sees what you see, bro. No one understands what you see, bro. So don't get mad at somebody for not seeing it. They don't have the eyes to see it yet, bro. God gave you your eyes, bro, for a reason, bro.
The story, one, it adds to the song a little bit, and two, I think that it makes sense. And I think that's why you were saying like you were put in that position for a reason, because it ended up working out. Because basically you're like, F that, I ain't taking that. Like, I'm gonna go put my name out there. And sometimes that's what you gotta do to
Bro,
make a name for yourself. You said
got
earlier,
you, bro.
you don't follow all the rules, and that's for a reason, because sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to make it, right? And I do think that
Hell
you
yeah, bro.
were, it comes down to your music, because one thing you do talk about as well is that, you feel like that making music is for you. It is for you. It's the path you've chosen, and you've put a lot of time into it, and you're trying to make it work. Sometimes you're going to be tested, and I think you've obviously passed those tests so far with flying colors. You're going to make it happen, and that's something that shows in your music.
Thank you, brother.
Shout out to your mom. I mean, she was the one who kind of spurred you on this journey, right? Pulling you out of it. She was like, pushing you to go to school. All parents do that. I wish my dad had to come to light moment where he was like, "You don't have to go to school." Nah, he was still up my ass when I wasn't going to school.
My mom is on my ass to this day too. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was
Still,
just
okay.
that she wasn't like, "Hey, bro, go chase your dreams. This is okay." She wasn't like
But the
that. She was just like,
energy, you said the
"Yeah." And
energy.
it's New
Yeah.
Orleans, bro. On a natural note, women have intuition, but my
Mm-hmm.
mom is kind of like she already got some shit above. You feel me? So she was getting some other energy, some other frequencies, and she was like, "New Orleans, this isn't safe. Like you shouldn't be in this city at this time.
Okay.
I have a feeling something bad is going to happen to you."
Mm-hmm.
And for a long time, honestly, I think she felt very guilty. I think she still does feel guilty about that decision because she's still like, I want you to go to college. I want you to have education because if you don't have education, you're going to struggle in life. Basically, it's her mindset, which I understand looking at it from a parent's perspective. But like, I think that the thing that you love, bro, is the thing that you can do best at. I
Mm-hmm.
think that just naturally makes sense, bro. Like I love trees, bro. I'm gonna learn everything I can about trees, and when I see a tree get cut down, it's gonna hurt me so much that I'm gonna do everything I can to keep trees alive and keep trees healthy. I love music, creating things in art. Whatever I do in that sense of creativity, bro, is gonna be the best of the best. That's gonna be what I'm the best at. If I'm just doing something because like, oh, it's gonna give me a good job or oh, I'm gonna be safe, I'm not gonna really put my best into that. I'm not gonna have the most impact on the world because it's not my dharma. It's not the reason why I'm on this earth for.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
So
a lot of people from our parents. I mean, we're close enough in age. Our parents' generation, they have that mindset of they've seen people do music before. They've seen how later in life they're not set up for their version of success.
yeah,
And like
so
you said, the parental mindset of just they want security for their kid. They want you to not have to struggle. But it just kind of speaks to the power of music that people are willing to, even how society is set up, not to support artists. You feel the need to have to share what you're doing and just make music for people, and there's a power in that, bro. We really appreciate all the music that you put out there because you are sacrificing security or whatever to do what you do. I hope that this stuff all keeps working out for you, bro. You keep making it for yourself because you got a great mindset and you got a good spirit, bro. And I think that you're doing a great job with the music stuff. So
bro, share that with you, bro, because I know you guys feel very passionate about music as well, and like as appreciators of music and studiers of it, like y'all see things that other people don't see, bro. Like the casual listener doesn't. Y'all see the inside of the artist. Y'all hear the hidden messages behind just one bar, two bars, bro, and that's very important too.
It's like it's one of those things where it's like that shows that there's a level of like passion there, and like we're saying, we can feel that in your music, especially when you continue to drop stuff like your newest EP or Setting in Sun, right? I
That is
do
son.
think Setting in Sun. Sorry, I'm bad with
That's your.
names, bro. Don't take.
that's
I'm
his
bad with
thing, bro.
names. That's one thing. I mess up the name of something
I know. I'm,
every
I'm combining
episode.
it all and making it capital, but I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So Set in Sun, yeah. Set in Sun, thank you for helping me. Your new EP, it's really focused, it's concise, it's personal. You were personal, I have Moon. I mean, we can get into it, Lake Lindsay, stuff like that. But I feel like on this newest EP, the progression, as far as like the sound, the videos, I do think that it's nothing fake. You talk about a lot of love and love lost, but at the end of the day, like it's just like you opening up. It's just you talking about the situation, and that's one thing I appreciate. It's no vitriol. It's no animosity really. It's just you talking about a real situation and just expressing the feeling. What lets you have that ability to comfortably talk about how you feel about certain situation or just express these feelings at a musical level? Because a lot of people, I feel like there's that disconnect, right? Sometimes I feel like they're forcing the song or they're trying to make a song that's kind of relatable, but really it's not, or it kind of comes off poppy. How does that work?
I mean, bro, good music is good music.
Mm-hmm.
In any genre, good music is good music, and
Yes,
corny
sir.
music is corny music at the end of the day. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like me, it's like, bro, if I don't talk about it, I gotta talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like the microphone is like my best friend, bro. That studio is like my best friend because I could talk about shit and not be like, nigga, no one's gonna judge me or tell me I'm right or I'm wrong, bro. I just say it, bro. And I just like to make it sound good. Like with the flow and stuff. I'm doing exactly what you're saying, bro. I'm trying to tell a story, bro. And the only thing I worry about is like, there's been times in my life where I've gotten too deep. I've gotten too deep where people close to me have been saying like, bro, like you hurt me because you released this publicly or you're trying to slander my image. Imagine being somebody in a relationship with me. You feel me? And then
Mm-hmm.
you do
Mm-hmm.
some fucked up shit, or what I perceive to be some fucked up shit, or probably I did some fucked up shit too, naturally, because I'm not perfect. I'm not no individual, and like hear it through the music. And now like the people I know are hearing it, the people you know are knowing it's about you. So it's not easy, bro, because I'm not necessarily trying to slander your name, but to me, it's a book, my autobiography, it's my biography about the things I'm going through. And you are an important part of my life. So naturally we don't have our disconnects, bro. And I need to vocalize it in this way.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it has its pros and its cons, but ultimately, bro, I feel like being you and being honest is like, what else can you do?
For me, as like a art appreciator, I love artists who are honest and tell it, just how they feel it. And I feel like if you know an artist or you're in a relationship with an artist, you should be expecting to have some of your, it like, and not even in like a bad way, like even sometimes in a good way, like you're brought up in a good way,
Yeah.
like you feel a lot of love in your heart, and it's because of
Mm-hmm.
that person, like they should take
Mm-hmm.
that and they should take the bad at the same time and just be like, that's your honest perspective. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, with an artist, you can kind of just be like, oh, that wasn't about you, I was just making some shit up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was just, come on, bro.
it's
Yeah,
just
Nah,
off the
even though
dome.
we
and
just did
real,
have that argument, but nah, that was
yeah.
completely, that's not even about you. That song's not
Yeah,
even about
and even so, like it just felt like you were trying to express the situation or just trying to tell your side or just like tell a story. You know what I'm saying? Like I never, there were certain songs where you were kind of talking your ish. You have your moments where you're flexing, you're braggadocious, you're talking your shit, right? But even when you were talking about certain moments, and that's why we use the word vulnerable, it didn't really feel like you were talking down or talking trash. It just seemed like you were just talking about the situation, and people can come to their own judgments or just enjoy the vibe that you're bringing and just maybe relate to it. And that's one thing that I appreciated, especially with songs like Babylon and Dodging Waves, which is that the one you just dropped the video for, right? Yeah, like that was a hit. That was a hit for me, Dodging Waves. So it was dope to see you go on to create a video for it. And that's what I was saying. Like you find a way. You might think it's like, oh, I'm just filming a video, or it's just like, but like it's like you find a ways to connect everything and make it all work together, and it's noticeable. You know what I'm saying? Like it's personal. It connects with people no matter their age or what they've been through. I feel like you can take something from it, and I think that's something that's dope.
one thing that I've noticed about not only me, but like my homies, 2 and 7 Entity, and the family we have is, bro, like 2 days ago, bro, we were performing at a church, bro. We were performing for a Mother's Day event for mothers who lost their sons to gun violence.
Mm.
And everybody in that crowd was probably above the age of 50, 60, 70 years old. And
Mm-hmm.
we were able to fucking touch their hearts and inspire them. And they're walking out that room like, hey, bro, I need your autograph. Or like, you're going to do big things in music. And then 2 weeks earlier at the Fate, we are able to perform around people our age, other artists and stuff, and still have that same effect. I'm like, bro, that means something. It's the energy, bro, because good music is timeless, bro, and anybody can relate to it, from a baby smiling, bopping their head, singing the lyrics, to an old woman who's been here 100 years, bro. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's a beautiful thing.
Love is the topic. I think love goes across all ages, goes across all nationalities, whatever. Everybody can connect with love to a certain degree, and I do think that it is an important thing to talk about, especially when it comes to musically, because music connects everybody. And I do think that you're able to tell stories that other people might not tell. Like I said, especially from the Bay Area.
So, real quick, you were mentioning your group earlier. What's the name of the group one more time?
7 Entity.
Seven
Seven
entities.
Seven
Entity.
Entity. Yeah, seven is the number of completion. It's the number of balance. For us, it represents creativity and being on your grind, and so many cultures it's important, but to me, I thought about it deeper, like, bro, 7 is the number between 6 and 8. And in the Bible, 6 is the devil's number, right? And
Mm-hmm.
8 is the number of infinity and perfection and stuff like that. And 7 is a number that lies in between both worlds, like heaven and hell type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a reminder that you always have a choice. That's something I like to tell myself, bro. It's like you're not trapped in any situation, bro. As long as you breathing, God gave each human the two most powerful things, bro. It's just the power of choice and the power of change.
Mm-hmm.
And seven represents that power of choice and that power of change. Like I can go from here to here. I'm not stuck, bro. I have a choice to be who I want to be. And even if I fall down, I have a choice to go right back and get right back into where I want to go. So that's for seven. And entity is the fact that, bro, we're all one being. It's a shared energy. It's a shared mindset. We're no different. Even if you're in Seattle, you're in the Bay Area, we're making shit work because of our shared energy that can travel across the world, bro, in a millisecond. And
Mm-hmm.
we're all one. We have one purpose. I'm not better than you. You're not better than me. We have one goal that we're going for. It makes SkelyBo small or whatever. I'm going through like ego shit smaller because it's like, no, I have this bigger purpose, which is community, bringing people together, other artists. And that's 7 inch. That's why it's so important to me because like it's bigger.
It's important as as a person, but primarily an artist. I feel like when you don't have that security that a lot of other professions have, that you ground yourself and keep that perspective, and tell yourself what you're pursuing. So great way to explain it.
So hold on to your question is like, how do you get that security as an artist, bro? How do you get that? Is it something you can do on your own? Yes,
Hmm.
but they say you go farther together. You can go fast alone, but you go farther together, bro. And I know, speaking from experience, bro, like I got hundreds of videos to edit at the crib, bro. I got hundreds of songs to mix. And then I gotta put it out, and then I gotta promote it, and then cover art, and then I got shows, and bro, that shit is not easy to do on your own. You shooting videos, I'm editing videos, you mixing music, you making beats, we all rapping on them. Nigga, do you know how much farther y'all can go, bro?
For
That's
real.
what that's what I'm thinking, like, bro, like this can be a fucking can't go nowhere on your own, bro. But if we all pushing each other towards our goals, bro, especially the emotional part of it, bro, because motivation and fucking getting in your head, getting sad, doubting yourself, bro. Like that happens. I struggle with that all the time, bro. All the time, bro. No matter how I feel, like it'll be days where I'm like, bro, this is what I meant for it. And it'll be days where I'm like, bro, like this shit's fucking. I'm in the same spot, bro. I'm doing the same shit. Nigga, having someone to fucking pick you up and push you on those days, bro. You don't know how much that shit means, bro. Having people around you, bro. So that's why 70T is really a family, bro.
How did y'all find each other? How new is the entity? What are the origins of how this started? Because it seemed like you were doing it on your own, like you said, and then now you found this family. And just go ahead and speak on that for us.
BT was the first person I met, bro, on the way to school, bro. We were both late as fuck. And one thing about us is we're late everywhere, bro. Like we're late everywhere, bro. It's terrible. We got to work on it,
Mm.
bro. But we were both late to school, bro. And we met on the BART train. I had headphones in my ear. I had like a Moreau shirt on. And he was with moms, bro. And she was like, ask me, bro, like, hey, bro, big ass light skinned dude with fucking yellow hair, yellow fro, bro. Hey, bro, what are you listening to, bro? I'm like, I always had headphones. I always had earbuds in, bro, every day at school, bro. A day without my earbuds, I was fucked up, bro. But my Uzi, bro,
Trust,
little
trust.
Uzi.
I
Oh,
feel
man,
you. I feel.
I don't know how I forgot to tell you, bro. But Lil Uzi was like when I was in eighth grade, Lil Uzi is my fucking favorite art. Like Lil Uzi X, them type of niggas. But I'm like, I'm listening to Lil Uzi, bro. And he
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Oh, bro, that's your favorite artist." I'm like, "Yeah, bro, I love this nigga." He was like, "Bro, my favorite artist is X. And it's not like from there we became best friends. We became homies, bro. Like we would be at school and we were friends, but that wasn't my best homie. And but as time progressed, I wouldn't even say we grew close together, bro. And he had his best friend Damien. Dame is also the third. Dame is the third member of Seven Entity, bro. And I had all these different phases I was going through, but during quarantine, I really started focusing on like music. I would say I started focusing on writing and shit like that.
Hmm.
And Ezra heard me rapping and shit on IG and doing different shit. And he was like, bro, like you should come over to the studio. We have this studio, bro. I was like, what? Like, yeah, bro, we have a studio. You should come over. So after saying that over and over and over, I finally came over and they brought me to this house over in Hayward, bro. And they walked me through. This is like Dame's family because Ezra was living with Dame, bro. And they're like, bro, this is Dame's family, blah, blah. Meet him. This is Kyle. He's fucking a producer. He's been producing his whole life. And they walk me into the house. They're walking me into a house. I'm like, bro, where are we going, bro? I'm walking down the hallway, walking to a bedroom. I'm like, where's the studio? Walk into a closet, hella jackets, walk under the closet. And I remember looking up and it's all blue lights and fucking speakers and a big ass TV with music and shit on. I'm like, oh shit. Like I never seen no shit like this, bro. From there, bro, like just more and more. I started coming more and more. Became part of the family, locked in. Fucking okay, it's where I need to be because it's where I'm able to work on music. They're pushing me to work on music while they're also doing music. Like those are my features on that before the after party album. My homies,
Okay.
bro, the niggas who fucking now I'm living with, bro. And then
Mm-hmm.
as we got older, Seven Entity became more serious because we became more serious of like, hey, bro, we have the ideas, but we need to be on a schedule. We need to be on a fucking taking this serious of like, what are we doing every day and scheduling ourselves so it's not just a big blur of random shit. And that's how it became more serious, bro. That's how we all met through
Okay.
school, bro. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's how it is for dudes, right? It's just like you dap them up, like, all right, cool. See him next time. You a little bit more friendly. Yeah, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's dope. Y'all all kind of do everything. It sounds like a little bit, right?
Yes. Yes, bro. That's also the part of it, bro. Like, there's no one title, bro. We're all gonna learn everything, bro. Like, not in terms of like too many hats type shit, but like, I pick up the camera from my brother. He picks up the camera from me. You feel me? Like, I record him, he records me type shit. So where we're all everything is in house. I like that because like one, we're not paying for shit, we're saving money. But two, we're learning how to do it, bro. We're learning skills, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
putting a camera in your hand is $1 million skill, bro. That'll open so many doors for you.
For
Editing
sure.
videos is $1 million skill, bro. Like as I'm sure you know, bro, and teaching us more than fucking artistry, bro, which is the number one important thing. But like really not. It's not the number one important thing. The number one important thing is I feel like Seven Entity is a spiritual growth, bro. We're all young men, bro. Young men and women. We want to elevate our minds, to elevate our spirit to be the best people we can be, bro. And I feel like we do that through the pursuit of, like I said, the craft of art and music and artistry, bro.
And that's great that that brought y'all together because one thing that's
Oh,
important is having a good support system or having a group of people that you feel like, you know, for the most part, there's no ego involved. Y'all support each other and it's all love. Because one thing we touched on before as well is like the crabs in the bucket mentality. Like we're fighting for scraps or we're fighting for. No.
It's hard for artists to like get those like groups that like teach them. You know, like if you want to be like an electrician, you go to like a trade school. Y'all all, you know, learn that stuff. It's like regimented and stuff. So like you guys as artists setting that up, like that's always like a huge step and like nothing to scoff at and something to really appreciate because like what you saying, like y'all are basically like schooling each other.
You know, we bros too, you know. So we kind of get what you're saying, you know.
yeah.
That support system. It sometimes it feels like it's not needed, but it's really important, you know.
Yeah, bro. Of course. And your bro's going to irritate you more than anybody. But like the people close, I think loving somebody is knowing
Yeah.
like,
That's
loving
real.
somebody is knowing that like they have the power to giving somebody the power to get under your skin and hurt you, bro. And just giving somebody that power and accepting it, bro. You know, I think
Mm-hmm.
that's love because it also gives them the power to fucking empower you, bro. Make you happy, make you smile, and have your back, bro. It's give and take.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask questions about like your songs. You answered my Dodging Waves question, which was about, you know, how you just going with the flow. In Babylon in particular, you talking about just, you know, faults of people, faults of society around you. I just want to know how important is it for you to prioritize yourself, you know, protect your soul, protect your energy. Maybe what's something that you've grown and something from your own experience that you do to just, you know, prioritize yourself and your energy.
Well, number one, I think it's extremely important. I think if you don't choose, it'll be chosen for you. But your moment will be chosen for you if you don't choose. And I say that to say, bro, if you don't make a purpose for yourself, bro, you will be going through life blind, like The Walking Dead. Like you won't have your spirit will be shut off, bro. I think number one is the people you surround yourself with, because, bro, you're gonna be influenced by that. So, bro, I just try my best to stay true to myself and stay true to what makes me happy and what makes me excited. And I think, to be honest, I lose a lot of relationships all the time because, like, lack of showing up, bro, lack of showing up.
Mm.
And even relationships where it was like, bro, like, we used to be close as fuck, bro. Like, that used to be my nigga for real. But, like, now, like, life went like that, bro. And I just think you gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
For some people, right? Like you said, like some people will sacrifice themselves for the sake of relationships. Like it doesn't sound like
That's true.
you don't ever put yourself on the back burner. Well, you know, sometimes you probably put some people in front of you, but like you mainly it's true to you. So, and then also like you were saying you secluded yourself before, or you like you took yourself out of situations. Like are you still seeing yourself doing that, or are you in a better place where you don't have to do that to protect yourself. You can kind of just be in the situations, be in the relationships, and still be able to protect yourself.
No, that's a good question. That's a good question, bro. I used to delete Instagram all the time, bro. I used to delete Instagram because I was comparing myself and I was just like stuck on it too many days. And I was just, you know, you delete Instagram and you're like, fresh air, the trees. You know what I'm saying? Shit changes, bro. And so, but then, bro, Kyle, you know, who's become like a godfather to me at this point and a mentor was telling me, bro, like, for me, he's like, bro, you're just running away from like the feeling that you get while on there. You're giving it this power to control you. You're giving it the power of like, nah, bro, if I have it on my phone, I'm gonna use it all the time, so I'm gonna just delete it completely. No, bro, take power over something, bro. And that's what I feel like I was doing at that time, bro. Like I felt like I was, nah, bro, I'm gonna just fucking lock in. I'm gonna fucking lock myself. I'm gonna make hella music. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna drop and just fucking when I blow up, then everybody gonna start fucking with me and I'm gonna do this shit. And now everybody's gonna come radiate. Like, that's not me, bro. You gotta face whatever it is that you're going through and you gotta face the music, bro. And like I definitely have put myself behind other people or, you know, sacrifice things for people I love. And that's something I think about all the time. Like even now, like for relationships, like you could tell I'm a relationship type of nigga in my music, bro. Like I talk about love and women a lot in my music, and really, it's like only a couple. It's not like I'm out here like you feel me. It's only a couple, and they stay on my mind for a very long time. The people who are important to me and the people who I love stay within my mind, bro. And I'm even thinking about that now. Like, how do I balance that when I find, because in my song Trust Issues on Half, like I say the fact that like as an artist, the person I love into my art and I pour my creative energy into them and my music takes a hit and my other art takes a hit. And it's like, how do I balance that? How do you balance that feeling? Because have you ever been in love with somebody, Brian, and you feel like nothing tomorrow doesn't matter, bro, or yesterday doesn't matter. Like you just be so like with this person that it's like everything's cool, bro. Like all the extra shit's like it's cool, bro, and like I want to spend every day with you, you know. But then it's like, oh wait, I gotta set myself up for success. How do I do that if I'm trying to spend all this time with you? So it's like a balance. It's like comfort and passion and love versus like discipline and mission and purpose. Like balancing all these things as a young man, you know, that I'm still learning how to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I think when you're speaking about it, you know, just keeping those people on your mind is some people will be like, that's not enough, but it is enough. You know, it's enough for you as long as they're on your mind. And anything that you do while they're on your mind is pretty much for them. So it's like you are prioritizing, you know, things correctly, you know, and I struggle with this too, you know. I'm in love. And sometimes it's just like I'm here laid up, but I could be go getting money for us though, you know, and it's hard. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain that to somebody, and then they're like, "Really, you gonna go make money for us?" Like, yes, that's the whole thing.
I'm trying.
I feel you.
Please. With all the things you've learned and the music you bring in now, and I know you're in a clique, y'all putting things together and stuff. What is the next steps? I think with all those things you've learned, and I know you're in 7 Entity now, you know, you're in a clique, you're working together with people. You know, with all you've learned and all you've built now, you know, is there any artists and stuff that you are like wanting to collab or work with now that you're, you know, open-minded and you're, you know, working with other people and stuff? Is there any artist or any like someone or something else you want to connect with to maybe enhance, you know, what you got going on? Is there anything in mind that you're like, this is the goal as far as working or maybe being a part of, you know, a bigger group?
Like big names, bro. Like I want to work with like I would love to be in the studio with Larissa. I would love to be in the studio with YoungBoy, Doja Cat. I would love to be in the studio with them type of artists. Even to like the Marleys, like Damian Marley. I love to be in the studio there. I mean, artists from the Bay, bro. I love Marika Sage music, but I just think like for me, like it's like another world. Like working with other artists is like another world, and I want to get there. I really do. Like I think I'm taking steps in the right direction of getting there, and I will get there because my goal is really to build a space to bring people in, bro, to bring people in, and create with them. Because there's so many people who's dumb talented and like we can make magic, bro. We can make magic.
That's similar to
And
us and stuff. We getting you on here, right? This is supposed to be a platform for artists, to express themselves, to be able to share their perspective. So sometimes you do just have to build what you got until it gets to a space where you can do more. Ray's question actually led me to thinking of another question. What is the next step that you can visualize for yourself, like as an artist at this point? What do you think is that next step that you're going to be taking, or that you're in the process of taking right now?
the next step is throwing shows, bringing people together physically in a physical space, outside in nature, in a unique way where it kind of feels more like a getaway trip, a beautiful location. It's just like a experience. Like you said, I want to build an experience, unique. I'm not really a club type of person. I love the outdoors and I love nature, bro. So I would love to bring people together, barbecuing, good music, maybe like a cool lake to swim in, and just people performing, bro. Like I really want to do that. I think that's the next step for me. Is like, okay, now like let's take this next step of building this community, bro, building this revolution.
I like that.
That's dope.
Well, if there's any advice for artists, I know you're, still making music. You're still trying to, you're in a group now and everything. You're putting things together. But if there's any advice to an artist out there, especially from the Bay Area, trying to put their sound
from
together.
The Bay? Oh hell
yeah. Because I know, like we're saying, like you put together a different sound. And that's why I wanted to ask this. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there any advice for someone trying to put out music or put out anything? An artist, and they're trying to put out what they want to make, but they feel like they're put in a box, especially being out here. Is there any advice you can give them, seeing that you're able to do that so like freely, you're able to do that so naturally? Is there any advice you can give to someone else trying to do that?
Bro, my piece of advice would be like, don't wait. That'll be my piece of advice, bro. Don't wait. Don't wait on nobody. And damn, boy, I just say be funny, bro. Be yourself. Have fun with it, bro. Don't wait. Don't wait for the good camera. Don't wait for the good having money in your pocket. Don't wait for that, bro. Just create. I would say number two, nigga, just be you, bro. Be you.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's real right there. Thank you for that advice.
Yeah. You want to hear something I'm working on real quick, bro?
Yeah, of course.
Bro. Okay, I got you, bro. Sam, question: why every child neglected become a weapon? Prison born sentence. My brother's on my necklace. My mama knew my daddy didn't raise him, praying to be different for his son that's coming second. Can you imagine 20 years without acceptance? Leaks into your self-worth, your values often questioned, but still can't let nobody disrespect him, because oftentimes they like to use his calmness as a weapon. Seeing prison bars and sentence, heart rates increase, and I'm nervous about these intentions. And the person that I love became a stranger, so should I speak on it or should I just let it linger my fingers? Twisted in the whip hands on bangers. Some people really live it, but most people entertain us. Saying like Pac son, I'm a gangster. Watching most people live through the hearts of their anger. Like Pac son, I'm a gangster. Artist. Most people overthink it and they end up selling garbage. You feel me? Like most people overthink they are so much that they end up making some garbage shit. Most people overthink it. Most people overthink it and they end up selling content. That's not what we doing it for, bro. I used to be tripping off my content. And what will someone else like? We're hoping that they watch it. Internally, I saw that on my self-worth. I got to know myself first. I should be good regardless. Because I know myself, bro. But yeah, that's my message too to the kids and all the motherfuckers.
We appreciate that, and I hope the listeners appreciate that. Because
I know it's hard when your art becomes a job. And everybody who isn't serious falls off. But you got to understand there's certain things that you have to do. And the people that you love not always going to be there for you. Because your biggest supporter is going to be ones that you don't expect to, ones that don't know you like that. So just don't trip off it, bro. Don't let it get to you, bro. Don't set your expectations in a way that you're going to block your own blessings. That's also my advice. Because your expectations will fuck you up because God got some shit planned for you that you can't even imagine for yourself, bro. So just stay on purpose and you're going to get there. But if you thinking like, hey, this isn't what I want, it's not going to happen for you.
It was a great interview, bro. I appreciate you coming on here,
Right.
Giving us your time. Your time is valuable. So thank you so much for coming out here today, bro.
Bro, thank you, man. I love to be here, bro. Virtually, in person, whatever it is, bro. And I think that you guys work so hard to make this happen, bro. Oh, hell yeah, bro.
And we appreciate you making it work with us. You know, it was a long time coming. You know, we've been talking about it. We finally made it happen, and I think it went pretty well. So hopefully, next one goes well as well.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, we definitely gonna work together some more, especially as you continue to grind. As we continue to grind, you know, we recognize it and we salute you, brother, because you got it going on right now, music wise. So appreciate you.
Thank y'all so much for watching this episode of Hip Hop Babies. Thank you so much to SkelyBo coming out here, bro. Some great interview. We're looking forward to working together in the future. Looking forward to whatever you're working on next. Go ahead, tell the people where they can find you. Maybe what we gonna look forward to in the future listening to.
Oh yeah, bro. First of all, much love, bro, to Ray and Daly, bro. This is a beautiful interview. Much love if you watch this whole advice, preachy ass, deep ass, philosophical ass interview, bro. Much love to you because you got through this motherfucker and now you at the end, bro. So I want to shout out you first. Second, bro, I want to shout out my boy, Seven Entity. I want to shout out my family, my mother, my beautiful God family as well, and all the people who've been getting me to this point because I cannot do this without y'all, bro. And this is a group effort, 1,000%. And SkelyBo, bro, come fuck with me on YouTube, SkelyBo, where you can see all the journeys I go on, all the music videos, and my Spotify, my album Half Moon, my EP Setting Suns, all projects that I would really appreciate and love if you guys listen to. So it's SkelyBo. You're gonna be seeing the name on Billboard soon. Seven Entity, bro, is gonna be the start of this revolution that we all need, bro. So y'all remember that y'all are here at the beginning, bro. Just remember that at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and all that, of course, will be linked below. We'll have all his information, and everything.
Entity,
Music.
boy.
Shout out to Entity. Shout out to everybody that's watching.
Yes,
we
sir.
appreciate you. As SkelyBo said, you know, you stuck through it. Hopefully
You got
learned
knowledge.
something. Hopefully you check bro's music out. And if you already have checked it out, hopefully you
They
learn
will.
some more. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, peace.
Peace.